All right, I just want to explain really quickly how I figured out the pattern. So I downloaded the images that you gave me and kind of looked. I mean, what you kind of try to do is analyze, how this thing repeats so you can repeat it. If it weren't so irregular or if they had an actual pattern for it, maybe we could use that. Um, so they did have some drawings, but they weren't really that helpful. So I just did my best estimation. And again, you wouldn't want to spend this much time unless you really, really needed it to be perfect, or you were doing contract rendering and they wanted it to be perfect. So I did just a quick analysis where um, I kind of started with the circle. So this was like 2.5, and I knew this was going to have to be half of that. So if you drew a circle that was 2.5 here, 2.5 here, and 2.5 here, you would get, this shape. And then once you did that, you could come over here and here's the shape of it right there being created by this geometry. And so you can just come over there and trace over that and get that. And then once you do that, it's just a repeatable pattern within that system, right? And so you can mirror it or copy it. Like I just mirrored this piece over and over again around the circle and then joined them into one. And then what I did was, here, let me copy this over to the side. Again, this is not exactly right because I did it at 12 inches. And then what I did was I came over and I just offset it, right? By 1/4 of an inch. They were showing about a 1/2 inch grout line, which is kind of big. But if you offset it in and then offset it out, right? Then this is the center of the grout. So I could change that to the layer 1, right? So then you can take this guy, which is the tile. So the center one is the tile. That's the center of the grout line. That's the outside of the grout line. But if you take this tile here and copy it from there to there, right, it repeats. And then you can just use this, like if I move these two guys down here, you can just repeat them so you can get rid of these two, right? And then if you just mirror, so I'm doing the mirror command, and I'm going to mirror this one, using the center of that one, then I can mirror these two using the center of this one, right? And just sort of keep making that pattern. And then you want to figure out how to make your pattern for the material, right? That's kind of the goal, is to make this guy, because if you repeated this one, it wouldn't repeat, right? And so making this guy repeat, you kind of have to figure out this pattern. So if you come in and take a look, you can repeat this pattern, right? Which is kind of that. Or you could repeat, from the from here to here or from here to here and repeat that pattern. So it's kind of up to you how you want to do it. What I did, the main thing I tried to do is regularize it. You could try to do it in Photoshop as well, just figure out what the size is and then repeat it. But this, to me, makes it a little bit easier in Photoshop, but it's kind of up to you.